be putting out there, man.
No.
I hate it, man.
No.
Especially in the nation's capital,
Right.
But hey, and we could go on with this one all day long, but at the same time, one of the things that, and one of the reasons why he might potentially be sticking around, and one of the things that he's been trying to do, is get that stadium fixed up. We're at FedEx right now, but like you said, all these things are changing, and they want to bring money to the DC area, to Virginia. But what just happened? Did you were talking to me before about something just happened in Virginia that's really going to expedite this process?
Yeah. So you kind of talked a little bit about, like, as fans, why are we still hanging around? Why is Dan Snyder still hanging around if all this stuff, negative stuff, is around him? Ego, legacy. He's got a stadium to build. Jack Kent Cooke built the current stadium. He just inherited it, and this can be his legacy. Where also, should he ever have to sell the team, once he builds a stadium, that team is going to be worth even more. You build some type of palace like the Cowboys have, that ups your value. So this is a big deal for Dan. This is his legacy, and he's looking around. And all of a sudden, this week, I think it happened yesterday, Virginia has come in to say, hey, we want to bring a stadium to Virginia. We see this as an opportunity for economic development. You guys want to build something that has 365 days of people living and shopping and eating. We want that. We want it to come to an area that we build around. And Virginia has passed. They took an old committee that was built for the Virginia Stadium Authority was built for baseball back when the Nationals were an option, and they were looking at where do we relocate the Expos? Is it DC? Is it Norfolk? Is it elsewhere? So they created this authority, and they have now put like an addendum or advised what the authority is to say we're also for football matters, not just baseball stadium, but for football. So they can now be in the bidding for the new Commander Stadium. And Virginia has come out to say that they will pledge money to improve infrastructure, the roads, the metro, and everything. And that's kind of a big deal for basically a state to say we will do business with Washington. We will come to us with Commanders. We want you here. So it's opening up some opportunities. Now, why do you ask? And what are the opportunities? Because it's not just Virginia. DC came out the day the name changed. The mayor said it's time for the Commanders to come back to DC. The Caps play in DC. The Nats play in DC. The United play in DC. Washington sports teams need to be in DC. So she's finally come out to say you need to come back. Maryland has also come out to say, whoa, we're not out of this. Just because there's FedEx, there's other land opportunities. We want to negotiate, but with Virginia. Here's why it may be attractive to Snyder. Virginia does not have a casino and a sports book. Right. And if you're looking at how can you get people to come to a facility on non-football game days, if you have a casino, you've got hotels, you've got sports books, you've got restaurants, you can attract people. DC's got it at the Verizon Center. Maryland's got it at MGM on National Harbor. So this is some attractiveness to Snyder to say, if I'm building a legacy, what type of mega complex, can we build out there? So it's kind of interesting where some of this stuff is going. As much as it would be terrible to be in Prince William or Ashburn, this is kind of why it's like they may not have to care on 10 games a year. You have to drive further because they're building something much bigger.
Yeah. And to quote you, if you build it, they will come. It will come. The Super Bowl will come to DC if we build that new stadium. Wherever, because in all likelihood, it's going to be something like Jerry's World, knowing Dan Snyder, knowing how he looks up to Jerry Jones and wants to bring that kind of, revenue to here. And look, that would be nice. I'm going to tell you, as a resident of Northern Virginia, Ashburn, no. That traffic would be insane. I am not looking forward to that, But funny thing is, Anton just hit me up. He hit me up before I came on and talked about he's going to go, I guess this year they're switching up some things with the season tickets. He's going to go get a set of season tickets. And so he was like, yeah, man, I can only go to a couple of games. I'll hit up you guys. You will. If ever you guys want to go to the game, you'll see how much it costs, and I'll get you guys at a discount. And there it is. I was like, oh, snap, word. He was like, yeah, they're in the 200s. I said, okay, let's go.
Whoa.
I can dig it.
I think I need to come up this fall.
Right. Definitely got to come on up here, man. But, yeah, that's quite interesting because, as you know, 2027 is when the lease ends. So I know he said he wanted to get something done prior to that. And that's going to be crazy. But it's interesting. It's very interesting. What are the chances that you actually think it will be in Virginia or?
Yeah, I don't know. It's really hard because fans want RFK back, you know, and Mayor Bowser said it's not going to be RFK with a parking lot, but we can have a football stadium there. So I think there's a lot of nostalgia there. You've got the Metro there, but I think ultimately it's going to. Snyder's a greedy businessman. It's going to come down to money's going to talk. And if a state is willing to throw all that money at him and maybe less that he has to put down himself, I don't think he's going to be able to say no to that. It'll be, but I don't have a prediction just yet. It's hard.
Yeah. I couldn't call it, man, but I am eager to see just how this process gets going. But as we know, it doesn't matter what kind of bells and whistles you have in your stadium. If you're not winning on the field,